Hi, good everyone. This is dannyokec, and this is dannyokec gist for the 27th of March 2023. Okay, so dependency, depending on other people. I think that was exactly what I learned. After my trip, when I got back, I spent so much time thinking on the major reasons I had drifted. Because when I spoke to Stephen, he said he feels something had broken. So after my reconciliation with my dad, I felt okay. I fixed up something from my childhood, and so what's next? I started trying to look inwardly to know where I got it wrong. Because I was a child who loved being on its own, had beautiful imaginations. I was the toppest in class, always came out first. Not until something happened. I traced it way back to while I was a child. At my most epic moments, what always brings me down, what always drifts me from my major aim. And then I remembered. I would start with while I was in junior secondary. I would always come out first. I was the brightest. Then I can remember this math textbook. It's a yellow textbook, New General Mathematics. Somewhere within those textbook was a portion where letters were mapped with numbers. A, for instance, is 1, B is 2, C is 3. You get the point to 26. And while I was then in class, there was this girl I liked, Joy Carlo. Now, before I met this girl, I would always go to school, come back, read. I don't get distracted. And that was how I was always coming at first. And I was the brightest in school. But then I liked Joy Carlo. I picked up the word. Can't remember what those words were, but like they were words. I picked up some numbers. I can't remember what the numbers were, but when you translate those numbers or decode them or decipher them, whichever, it translates to I love you. So then I wrote those numbers and I sent it to Joy, and I told Joy to go to that chapter in the New General Mathematics where words words were mapped into numbers, and she should try to track those numbers I had written down. And then she did it with a very big smile on her face. What other epic way to say I love you? And then we got into a Mary Chidi relationship. Within those time frame as well, I had everyone in class looking at me like I was weird. After school, I don't chill out with the boys like every other person. I would, like I say, go back and read. I had lots of dream, lots of purpose. That was where the dannyokec dream actually came in while I was that little. Thought about having a very big corporation, being very wealthy, having a very big empire. Now those were my dreams, but then I had loved Joy. And so that was the only thing that mattered. I would constantly daydream of me and Joy, and what it would be like if I get married to Joy. As a child then, what did I know? But Joy was all over my head and I had lost my daydream. No longer saw myself in a corporation, no longer saw myself earning billions, no longer saw myself in a place of power. I just saw myself being Joy's man. And so, I continuously focused on what I feel I could make, impressions I could make to Joy. And I derailed. I don't know if I ever got myself back again. But what I eventually did was when I left Trinity 30. And after I left Trinity 30, I had cousin Trinity I had someone I liked, and she got all over my attention, Ngozi. And so while I was in love with Ngozi, I could really think about my future lover boy. And yeah, that was it. But when I left Trinity 30, I had gotten to another school, became top of the class again. Not until I liked this in it. Okay, so in between, there's always this position where I get to like someone, and my dreams become just to please them and make them happy. So I had thought about what my life was if I had gotten into school, if I had never fell in love with a woman, if I had never had a woman in my life, if I had just focused on my dreams. I think I would have realistically been the youngest billionaire in the whole of Nigeria, because smartness, I know I'm smart, I know I have a bright mind, and so yes, I no longer want to have that idea anymore of me and a woman or me and anyone. I would, like I say, always be there for the family, but I would mentally start living a life where it's just me and my dreams. I would smoke all the time so I can constantly live in my head, have my beautiful imaginations, and have it all planned out. So the month of March was beautiful. I can call it a month of revelation, because this was the month where I figured out I had depended so much on people. My idea of settling down was to have someone I could depend and work with. But I figured out that maybe that was my problem. Maybe if I didn't have this mind to have a woman by my side, if I had just focused on me building up my company, doing everything by myself, I think I would have had most things achieved. I think part of the idea of having a woman, you know, be there positively in my life has also been my downfall. So there's something my dad said. He said for the past 14 years, after he separated with my mom, he has not had anything to do with a woman. I don't know how possible it is, but I believe him to an extent though. I'm going to replicate the same thing. I would keep my mind focused on just me. I don't think any woman worth my mental strength, because whenever I hope so hard. The plan was to be a very loving father, a nice husband, a providing man. But I think I complained way too much, and I'm fed up with complaining. So I'm going to live the life like it's just me. 28th of March was supposed to be the month I would launch OKEC Energies. But like I said, the month of March became a month with conflicting emotions. But I'm happy it all ended well. So see you all tomorrow. I would make a proper update, and I'll make sure my UPS doesn't cry again. Yeah.